Question number 7, Alec Rowley.
Presiding Officer, to ask the First Minister what action the Scottish Government will take to ensure that older people receive the free personal care payments that they are entitled to in light of research by Age Scotland, which suggests that thousands are missing out due to delays in assessing and arranging care.
First Minister.
Well, Age Scotland's figures show that 95% of older people assessed as needing care receive the services they need within 6 weeks, and the majority of assessments for older people with critical or substantial needs are actually conducted within 2.5 weeks. Now, that said, no one should have to wait longer than necessary to receive their care package. That's why we continue to work closely with councils to make provision even better than it already is.
Alec Rowley.
Presiding Officer, I thank the First Minister for that question, but the fact remains that for many individuals and for many families, far too often their experience of health and social care is not always a good one. It was Pope Francis, Presiding Officer, who said, "Where there is no honour to the elderly, there is no future for the young." Being able to provide support and care for older people in Scotland at the point where they need that support and that care must be the accepted will of every Scottish Government. Will the First Minister agree to set up a review that will examine the progress to date in rolling out integrated health and social care, looking at what is working, what is not working and why it's not working, and building on best practice across Scotland to ensure that every individual who needs health and social care is able to access it?
First Minister.
Well, I agree very strongly actually with the sentiments behind Alec Rowley's question. How we care for our older people is very often the mark of a civilised society, which is why I think we should all be proud of free personal care in this country, and we should also all be proud that the vast majority of older people get good, high-quality care, and they get it timorously upon an assessment that says that they need that care. Yes, there are still some individuals for whom that is not the experience, and we must and we are determined to continue to work to resolve that. It's exactly for that reason that we did take the step as a government, a step that no previous government was prepared to do, to formally, by statute, integrate health and social care. It's also why, as Alec Rowley is aware, we are now doing, again, the very difficult thing that governments have shied away from for a long, long time, of transferring money from acute health services into social care and community care, in recognition of the fact that it's those services that are absolutely essential for individuals, particularly older people, but also essential when it comes to relieving the pressure on our acute health service. Alec Rowley asked for a review. I would say to him that the progress of integration is under constant monitoring and review and will continue to be so. It is absolutely the right thing to do. Initiatives of that magnitude clearly will have challenges along the way. But I already speak on a regular basis to people working in both health and social care in different parts of the country who point to improvements that are already being made because of that integration. So we're delivering, the people out there working in these services are delivering a high quality service for the vast majority of older people. And our determination, working with local authorities, the health service and voluntary organisations who are absolutely crucial here as well, is to make sure that that's the experience for absolutely every single older person in Scotland.
Christine Graham.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. As the First Minister is aware, the introduction of free personal care in 2002 has saved, over the 15 years, tens of millions to the Treasury because they're not required to pay out attendance allowance. Tens of millions that could have gone towards free personal care. Does the First Minister agree with me that it's ironic, indeed hypocritical, that in the same breath as the Tories defend their cruel rape clause and demand the Scottish Government provides funding to support victims of that callous clause, they refuse to pay out savings that we have made in this Parliament through our compassionate policies?
First Minister.
Christine Graham is absolutely right. It remains something of a national scandal that the UK Government clawed back attendance allowance from Scotland following the introduction of free personal and nursing care under a previous administration in 2002. And Christine Graham talks, I think she said, I may have misheard her, about the tens of millions of pounds that have been lost to this government as a result of that move by past and current UK governments. Let me tell her exactly how much that is over the past 15 years. It now amounts to £600 million. More than £500 million that rightly should be here in Scotland helping to support our older people that is now currently in the pockets of the London Westminster Treasury. Now, that policy, I have to say, was started by a Labour UK government, but it's been continued by a Tory UK government. So if either of those parties now wants to say that they stand up for pensioners, although that will be difficult from the Tories, who are preparing to abandon the triple lock on pensions, of course, but if either of these parties want to come here and talk about what more we need to do for older people, then their support for this government trying to get that money back for Scotland would certainly be overdue, but it would be very welcome indeed.
Thank you. That concludes